This deal does not bring certainty for communities or for business or the workforce. In fact, Mr. Speaker, it does the opposite.
So while in Parliament, Jeremy Corbyn, still, I believe, Labour Party leader, though he's stepping down soon, discussed why Boris Johnson's Brexit plan is horrible for the people that live in the UK. So I'm going to share this clip, and I'm also going to share a breakdown from Labour MP Lisa Nandy as well that also goes into this in a little more detail.
We warned before the general election the Prime Minister's Brexit deal was a terrible deal for our country, and we still believe it's a terrible deal today. I'll give way later on. It will not excuse me. It will not protect or strengthen our rights, or support our manufacturing industry, or our vital trading relationships, or protect our natural world in a time of unprecedented climate crisis. Neither will it address the deep inequality in our system or secure the interests of every nation and region in the United Kingdom. Instead, under the Conservatives, this deal will be used as a battering ram to drive us down the path of yet more deregulation and towards a toxic deal with Donald Trump and that will sell out our National Health Service and push up the price of medicines to benefit US drug corporations. It will take us away from the essential principles we believe in of a country that looks after everybody and protects those communities left behind by the excesses of the free market. This deal does not bring certainty for communities or for business or the workforce. In fact, Mr. Speaker, it does the opposite and hardwires the risk of a no-deal Brexit next year. I'm sure that will delight many members on the benches opposite, but not those who suffer the consequences in communities and workplaces all across the country. That is why Labour will not support this bill. As we remain certain, there is a better and fairer way for this country to leave the European Union. One which would not risk ripping our communities apart, selling out our public services, or sacrificing hundreds of thousands of jobs in the process. This deal is a roadmap for the reckless direction in which the government and our Prime Minister are determined to take our country.
All right. So, I mean, Corbyn pretty much breaks it down there. I'm bothered by the fact that they didn't simply run on upholding the referendum in this race. In 2017, Labour ran on accepting the results of the referendum. People wanted leave after the referendum vote on Brexit, and they ran with it. But they had a different, as you see Corbyn breaking down here, they had a different vision for Brexit than the Tories did. And in 2017, Labour made huge gains. Like, to everybody's shock, Labour made huge gains in that election and supported the Leave referendum. Then fast forward to now, they instead decided to take a different approach to Brexit. So while, the platform at large remained the same, the only major difference in the platform was on Brexit. They now during that election, this just past recent election, put up their plan was to be neutral. So basically, to put together a different plan for Brexit, put that to the put that to the British people for a vote for a second referendum, and then see, based on that, where to go from there. Horrible plan. So by capitulating to the center in their party, to the moderates that wanted him to be neutral, that wanted Labour to be neutral on Brexit instead of their 2017 position, by capitulating to moderates, they lost, and lost large. So if you see any other take, or any take that tells you, oh no, it's Corbyn or Labour too far left, that's why they lost, complete BS. Now, it's true that there was a lot of misinformation about Jeremy Corbyn. He wasn't all that well liked by a lot of people because of that. So Corbyn's likability was definitely an issue as well. But if they were able to push the same message on Brexit in 2019 that they had in 2017, this race would have been a lot closer, and they could have actually won. But now you're stuck with 5 years of Boris Johnson, and who knows what the UK is going to look like 5 years from now. I forgot I had one more piece on this. So Lisa Nandy, she is a Labour MP. So she also kind of breaks down the Tories' Brexit plan. So she says here, I've just read the PM's Brexit plan and it has changed for the worse. Here are the big changes. Workers' rights binned. The key protections in Clause 34 now dropped entirely. No clarity on when or what rights workers will have in law by December next year. New December 2020 cliff edge enshrined in law. The new Clause 33 sets a new one-year cliff edge from our manufacturers and jobs, damaging our economy. 3. No environment or consumer rights protections. All of government's promises of a green Brexit are nowhere to be seen. 4. The trade deal process will now be conducted in secret, with the EU Parliament having more power and scrutiny than British MPs. What happened to taking back control? 5. The previous Clause 31, which I put forward with Gareth Snell, made ministers publish their objectives, have a vote on them in Parliament, and a vote on the final deal. This has all been dropped, which sends an alarming signal about the secrecy of talks with Trump. And 6, most disgracefully, Boris has U-turned on the promises made to child refugees and EU citizens who made the UK their home. New provisions mean the watchdog can be axed at the stroke of a pen by ministers. There you go.